Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Travels in Wildlife Photography. I guess we're probably going to be swinging. You can't help but swing when you're in a swing, right?
Yeah, you're
like
swinging
one of these
us.
things? I know. I guess my feet are down. All right.
So we're in Hilton Head.
Yes, this is our last time here.
Yeah, well, until April.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say from this last batch of time. We had
This is
our fourth one here, I think we're recording, third or fourth.
Yes, but
something like that.
this one is not going to be about Hilton Head.
No. It is not.
It's gonna be
we went to Jekyll Island this past week. Month, man. My timing's all off. I can't keep track of anything.
This past weekend, we went to Jekyll Island
Yeah.
with my sister and her husband.
That's about all we did this past week.
Yep.
Yeah, we really didn't do much of anything else. So here's let me hit the right button. There's some photos from our trip. And yeah, we had this plan not that long ago, right?
Yeah, we planned it, I think, last month sometime while we were still on the road.
Kind of last minute-ish.
Because they just recently got a trailer.
A camper thing.
Camper trailer thing. And they wanted to take a trip with us. And Jekyll Island's awesome. It's only 2 hours from Hilton Head.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful place to visit for just if you love nature.
It has a really unique feature to it, though, which is that place called Driftwood Beach.
Right.
And do you know the origin of it? Like why it's created like that?
No, I don't.
I don't know. If it was like a storm or something like that. I don't know either.
But it's been there for years. I mean, I don't know how long, but...
It's basically, as you'll see, and here we'll show some of these, like this kind of thing. It's basically a bunch of dead trees that are right on the beach.
Right.
And the water comes up and, overtakes some of them. And so it looks like the trees are out in the water, but they're all these... I think most of them look like live oaks.
Okay.
Which just have like a lot of character to them.
Yes, yeah, they definitely
really do.
And so it's like just a beach filled with these trees and very...
Yeah, and you get to like walk
very
through them and
unique
everything.
And yeah, really
it's
cool.
It's super fun.
To be there.
Yeah. So we went there for, how long was it? It was
3 nights.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the photography was incredible.
Yeah. So we went
there.
out in the mornings. I skipped one morning.
Yeah.
So, but you had 3 full outings.
I did, yeah. Only 3 outings.
Yeah.
For me and 2 for you, right? 2 for you. And you'll see like the variety we got on this one. So it might be a longer episode just because there's a lot to show here. But the interesting thing is we went, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, something like that. And did we even, I don't know if we brought cameras.
I don't know if we were camera focused at that time.
I think we just had our phones. I don't even think we had cameras with us.
Well, we had some camera because we did some photos of us there.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like this would be a great place to really concentrate on some wildlife photography.
Right. Just because the environment is so interesting.
And unique. Yeah, the potential was really, really amazing.
The potential,
Yeah, we finally did it. And let's see, let's get some photos going here. We'll jump right back to the beginning here. And we do have some videos as well.
That was our first evening.
Yeah.
And we just went out for a walk with my sister and her husband.
Yeah. And so you can see in the background, like the craziness of this beach, and you're right in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing about Jekyll is it's not very developed in terms of like houses and things. There's a couple of hotels and obviously some houses.
There's stuff there, but there's a lot of wilderness.
A lot of wilderness, and it's just a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it sure is.
To have a place that's still so kind of protected, it seems.
And this beach, I don't know if it's because, I'm guessing it's because it's winter. Yeah, I guess like in season, it would probably be crowded.
Yeah, I wonder how
There's like
crowded
never.
Though. Yeah, because I've never been when it's just been like packed with people. Of course, I don't go in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But I've always gone kind of in the sunrise time.
This was a photo you took. Let's see if we can find the video here. So we do have some videos. Let's see. I think it was this one. Yeah. This was Emily doing her normal thing, just walking right in the water.
I'm drawn to the ocean.
You're drawn into the ocean. Look, and you ran away from that wave.
I walked very casually.
This is true.
Look how casual that girl is.
Yeah. But you ended up getting that photo from it.
I know. I didn't even look at these.
You shot it perfectly level, too, which is a rarity.
Weird. Very rare. Yeah. But apparently if I put in less effort, then it'll be more straight.
Yeah. I love it, though. Anyway. Yep. There's on the beach.
But it was a beautiful night.
Oh, this was the evening, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first sunset.
I love these swirls in this.
I know, that's why I took it.
That pattern is crazy. I remember walking over this and seeing it, and I was like, I just didn't bother taking a photo, but...
Good thing I was there.
It is a good thing, yeah. Yeah, so this was our sunrise the next morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went out for sunrise. It was beautiful. And
mostly clear, as you could see.
Yeah. For a while, there was nothing happening. For a while. And then all of a sudden, this black-bellied plover dropped in. Oh, okay, there were some turns.
We were shooting, so there's a gull, I think, way the hell out. But I got to say, there's something about these that I really, really like.
Yeah, I think the sky just makes it.
Yeah, like that one.
If it was plain sky, I mean, it would have really nothing.
Yeah. And it's so interesting, too. Like, this stuff fascinates me with the sort of the perspective of everything. Like, if you go back here and look at this, like, you can see it only goes up a little bit with this color before you go into that really high stuff, you know? Mm-hmm. But then when you view it zoomed in like this, it feels like it takes up such an expanse.
Yeah.
You know? But meanwhile, it was just like a tiny portion on the horizon
of the
there.
Sky.
Yeah. I think this one was, I was shooting the 400-2.8 that morning. That's right. Mm-hmm. I recently had a student of mine from, I think, Sweden. And he visited Florida and shot a bunch of shorebirds there on the beach. And he shot most of it with his 400-2.8. And it reminded me of the look of that photo. And I ended up talking to you about it. And just being like, man, I kind of forgot how dreamy that lens is.
Yeah.
And how beautiful that thing can just render a photo and just minimalist type of shots. And especially it works really well, I think, on the beach, you know? And so that first outing,
you wanted to
against my normal judgment, because something like that, I knew the place.
Yeah, you know how cool the landscape is.
I knew how cool the scenery is, but I was like, you know what, let me just take this 2.8 and see what I can do with it, which oddly enough, it's kind of different. In the past, you know, you had a period of time where you were only shooting a 500 f4, and it was so, like, that was just the go-to lens.
Yeah, although I think I would take the 200 to 500 to the beach, and I would take...
Even when you had the 500 f4?
The 500 f4
to the marsh,
usually. Okay. That would be my thing for some reason.
So, okay, so you never had a period where you just basically always shot the 500?
Yeah, I feel like I would usually take the 2 to 5 to the beach. Maybe just for like ease of shooting. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, interesting.
Because I feel like when I'm in the marsh, I don't move around that much, and so it would just be like easy to have it on the ground pod, chilling. But like at the beach, I find myself moving around more, maybe.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know.
All right, well, so I guess the story I'm going to share is more of, you know, I had a 500 f4 and I shot that forever, and then even when I first got this 400-2.8, that was before I had the 100 to 400.
Yeah, so then that's what you were shooting.
And so it just totally felt like I had to shoot that lens, and it was kind of like any other lens felt like a detriment. Any other lens felt sort of limited.
Like even when you first got the 400-2.8.
Exactly. Yeah, because I didn't really have anything else that I loved. I think the next widest I had was maybe a 70 to 200 at the time, because I didn't have the 1 to 4.
No?
No, I got the 1 to 4 after I got the 400-2.8.
Oh.
Yeah. A little bit down the road there.
Okay.
They were close in time. It wasn't that long.
Yeah.
And then it was a little while before I really felt like I was really fully taking advantage of that 100 400 and figuring it out.
Right.
But my point is, the 400-2.8 or the 500 f4 felt like that was the go-to lens. That was what I was going to shoot, and it was sort of like a detriment or a crutch to shoot anything else.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like any other lens was like, oh, this is really hard without my big prime.
Right.
It's the complete opposite now.
Yeah.
The 400-2.8 feels so limiting.
Right.
Like a big prime lens like that feels so limiting for how I like to shoot now.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting how completely role reversal it is for that gear. Because going to a place like this, it was hard for me to take a 400-2.8 there and be like, yep, this is the only lens I'm going to shoot this morning. You know? I'm glad in hindsight that I did, because as you'll see here, we'll show some of the photos. I'm so glad, because it did give me a unique look, but then one outing was enough for me. After that, I was like, oh, I gotta bring something else, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, these little birds out there like that just flying around. There's Emilie walking through the stuff, getting these pelicans, shooting low. This was like tracking with the flip screen, kingfisher flying by.
Oh, cool.
He's got a fish too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Yeah, using the flip screen, trying to shoot at 400 millimeter and tracking these pelicans flying real low. And it's not tack sharp.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you can see how soft they are there.
I mean, it's close enough. Like, you see the shape, and I mean, at that size, it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
I think.
You know? Yeah.
If it was like a complete blur, then...
So, I would love to hear from anybody listening to this. Just drop it in the comments. Is this acceptable to you? Like, this out of focus?
Yeah.
Because I think the vast majority of people would say no. And I totally understand why.
Yeah, sure.
Because when you zoom in this far, like if this was a shot,
right.
if I was going to crop it this far,
that's not how you're going to crop it.
I'd be like, oh gosh, no, that's
not gonna
way
work.
too out of focus.
But at the full size, I think it totally works, and they stand out, and you see it's a bird shape, and it's like more about the whole scene.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. And I do care about sharpness, you know?
Yeah.
Like for anybody listening and watching, like I don't not care about sharpness. You know, in my photos, I easily throw out a whole bunch of photos when they're portraits because they're just a little out of focus because I have one that is in focus.
Right.
So like I really do care.
Yeah.
But it's all context based now. And I'm so much more forgiving like this now than I was in the past. Whereas in the past I've been like, oh, no, it's out of focus. When I zoomed in that far, it just has to go.
Yeah.
But there's something aesthetically I like so much about this.
Yeah.
Because I think I had another one right prior to this that was a little bit more in focus. It wasn't tack.
But the wing position or the wave wasn't there.
Wasn't breaking in the same way in the foreground, and that to me made it so much more visually interesting. So, yeah, these are all mine. You just haven't gone through yours as much at this point,
I don't know.
so you
I
don't
feel
have
like
as many.
that morning I didn't get that much that I loved.
Yeah. Okay.
I think,
And you were shooting the 100 to 400.
I was shooting the 1 to 4,
Yeah.
I think I was struggling with focus in the dawn hours, shooting those like flybys. Yeah, I don't know.
This is the guy coming in. So he was just flying out there.
Yeah, this
I called out, I'm like, look at this out there.
Is he going to land right here?
Guys,
and then he did.
No joke, right? It's this long beach. There's nobody else there. It was totally just us because it was like 30 degrees that morning or something. It was really cold.
Yeah.
And there was no bird. It was just the birds like way out there, you know?
Flying away.
Yeah, those little specks you just saw,
around.
right?
Yeah.
And this thing comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He makes a pass right by us, goes back out, loops around, and then we were saying, like, is he going to land here?
He just landed.
He landed right in front of us.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff still baffles me. I just don't understand how
nature on your side.
That happens. Like, number one, just odds. But number two, it seems even less likely because we're standing there.
Right.
Like you would think on purpose that bird would be,
somewhere.
Let me land anywhere else than where these people are.
Right.
And he dropped in right in front of us.
Yeah.
That was so crazy. And so that was it. That was our bird. I guess I still shot some pelicans cruising by, and then this started happening.
Yeah.
And I was thrilled. I was so happy with being able to get these trees in there. Like, if I had just gotten these shots, I was
I'm
thrilled.
surprised. So what's the difference between the shot before, that one gets a 3, and then this one gets a 4?
The tree on the top right. So the tree on the top right is just barely coming in, and here it's anchored into the scene.
Okay.
Yeah, so like this is a big thing for me. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, but so the reason I'm saying 3 and 4 is he rated this one a 3.
Yeah. Yeah, this one has the tree up here, but it doesn't connect into the scene directly that I can see here. So it's just this element like poking into the frame. And there's times when I think that is okay and it can work visually. And if this is all I had, I'd still be thrilled with it, you know? But the fact that I composed this one better, well, he moved in.
You can see like more of the tree.
Actually, I don't know if he moved. I think I shot one and I kept moving left.
Yeah.
I was like, shoot, move left, shoot, move left, so I could get more of the trees in because I didn't know how long he was going to stay because I don't know if you guys, anybody listening has shot black-bellied.
Black-bellied plovers are skittish.
Gone.
Very
you know?
skittish, yeah.
So I kind of expected that. So I was just like, let me get anything with these trees in right off the bat.
Okay.
And that was where I remember feeling limited. Like, I'm stuck at 400.
400, yeah.
Because like from here, I could have just zoomed out even a little bit.
Yeah, but at the same time, then I don't know, something.
The compression here is at 2.8.
Yeah, exactly.
It's beautiful, no doubt.
Because the beach was kind of messy, like in terms of just like little
stuff on the water or on the sand.
And just beach stuff on the sand.
It was a flat beach, so every wave coming in just like kept going for a while.
Right.
And made lines and stuff in the background.
Yeah, just more distracting background.
Also, I guess the ocean was warm enough. It was cold enough. There was a little bit of mist hanging
really
like
cool.
a foot or two off the water, maybe. And so that's what
really
all this white is there.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think any of these shots would have worked without that. Because I think the dark would have come right down to here and would have had this like line cutting right through that would have had almost no way to work around.
Right.
Because the fix would have been go higher, which would have shown all that junk. I made the sand and water look messier.
Yeah.
And you couldn't go lower or else, because you just couldn't go low enough to get them all the way up in there, you know?
Right.
But anyway, yeah, I like this because this connects into the scene
More.
and it like grounds it in there away. And then this even more, you know?
No,
I don't like his angle.
Yeah.
But
that
compositionally.
shows more of the, okay.
You know, and so there we go. That's what I was after right there.
Okay.
Although
there's something nice about having more of those trees.
I do like seeing down the beach there.
Yeah.
That is,
I think, in my opinion.
That's a nice fall off, but I feel like I like the balance of this better because these are more interesting to me.
Okay.
But then I think I moved back out, or the waves may have pushed me back in because
Sure.
neither of us had waterproof shoes that day.
No.
We were very not prepared to shoot the beach.
No, it was weird. Yeah.
I wonder why we did that.
I
I guess
don't
we
know.
just thought we weren't going to be like in and
the
around
water, which is dumb because anytime I'm at the beach, I'm in the
All
water.
you want to do is be in the water. Yeah.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's my shot. I'm just like, it's okay.
Yeah, I really like the
I like all
the wave
those.
rolling in.
Yeah.
This is really nice on that side.
Yeah.
You can see the mist.
I don't know. It's okay.
Yeah. These are where it really got good for me.
Okay.
The verticals.
Okay. Yeah, and then you did a stitch of them, right?
I did. So that's the probably my favorite just single exposure shot. I love the placement of it. So yeah, it started there, and this was like I feel like my compositions always suck on the first shot or aren't as ideal.
Okay. Sometimes it takes like a second to dial it in. And
Well, especially because of how I was shooting. I was holding the camera by the foot upside down so I could get it lower and hover it right over the sand and the water coming in. And then using the flip screen to shoot.
Right.
All at decent, actually. Yeah, 400th of a second. So thanks 2.8 for giving me good settings there.
Sure.
But yeah, first shot and then second shot, I dialed him into the corner. And like I don't think anything moved there. I think he stayed the same, I stayed the same. I was able to just compose all of these trees up in there. And so I love that. But then I quickly realized there was a lot of cool trees to the right. So that's what I did. I started doing this and this. This is how I shoot it. And guys, just panning like that and shooting. And then this is the stitch. All of the images I shot when I shot for the stitch, he was facing stupid.
Oh, right.
So I went back to the first shot I had where he was facing really good and then dropped that version of him in there. Which again feels like completely acceptable to me because I could have just used that piece of that entire photo as that section right in here. All right, you can go away. Let's put on Do Not Disturb Us. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like it could have been that whole photo like right there as that piece, and then I would have just stitched on the rest. So that was just the way I ended up doing it. But that really showed off that beach to me.
Totally,
you know?
Yeah.
And the original has a little bit more out to the left, but it felt like I didn't need any of that because I wasn't getting the end of it.
Right.
And so
I think you cropped in a little bit.
Clipped it a little bit. Off the right was just like too much.
Yeah.
And I think
that's a good balance.
Did clone this big hunk of junk out of there, you know, which I guess I could have cropped out, but I wanted a little bit more space there. So
yeah.
Anyway, thrilled with it. And it does give, that 400 millimeter at 2.8 is
beautiful, dreamy. Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the foreground stuff. So
totally.
There's another single exposure, just but I don't like it as much as that earlier one because I think the alignment. Then I played with, you could see some of the trees in the reflection
I like
there.
that.
Kind of eerie, but I don't know. I like seeing the tree better every time.
Sure.
So I'm glad I shot some of them, and there's a second stitch because I just had a different position.
Okay.
But I don't think the lighting was nearly as good on the bird and like the placement of everything, so I ended up not liking that.
Nice foam in that one, foamy foreground.
I really dug those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I don't know, I just was struggling.
I really think I was in your way.
I don't know. Either that or I just wasn't trying hard enough.
No. There's more foam, and then it drifted right across there, which was fun. What do you like better? Like the foam kind of about to frame him, or that little more mysterious?
Go back. I think I like the second one, the one where he's more surrounded. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's another one, guys.
Both,
anybody watching? What do you like better on these the black-bellied foam ones? You know.
Yeah, because it just seems like, oh, it's perfectly enclosing him in there. I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched it drift right across and just timed it, you know. But I also wanted to have one where I could see more of him because I wasn't sure which, in the moment which I would like.
Yeah, of course.
You know? And it was, I don't know, this kind of stuff is interesting. I feel like the problem with it here is it's harder to see what it is and what's happening
Right, so it's just more like a out of focus blob.
It just blends in with the rest of the light stuff, you know? And so this one, it's obvious.
More,
like more depth to it. And then we flipped around and shot some front light stuff.
Yeah.
Just shot some basic portraits, you know, and that's the lens to do it with. And then this one.
Yeah, I really like the way that tree is just like perfectly positioned, kind of like framing him in there.
Yeah. It's another one where I don't know what would have been more interesting. I'm guessing this, because if I had a 100 to 400, I could have stayed where I was, which is closer initially, and just zoomed out to get the whole tree in.
Yeah.
But as it was, I was at 400. I couldn't fit the tree in the way I wanted.
Yeah.
I had to run backwards.
Right.
To get further back. But then it is 400 2.8.
Well, the 2.8 just like in this case, it gives it. I think it was necessary because like you can see some of the texture and mess on the beach, and it's just like it was even more in shooting 5.6.
Yeah.
And so it was just like I just wasn't getting that feel of like I guess I wasn't feeling like, oh, I don't like any of these like when I was shooting.
Yeah.
I just don't like. I wasn't liking the look of the shots as I was taking them.
And I think shortly after, I don't think he took off. We just walked away.
Yeah.
We were just like, I think we've done enough with him.
Yeah, let's see if there's anything else. Or maybe the light was getting harsher or something.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks pretty
nice.
sweet. I think we're kind of like, I think we shot what we could shoot of him that we could imagine. And then it was time to move on. So some common turns out there, diving, flying by. That was cool. Yeah, see, look, this is in like, we were like 20 minutes in and we were like still on day one. You know? I know. I was looking.
I was like, "Oh boy."
Yeah. So we'll try and move a little bit quicker. So we did.
I like that. Yeah.
I don't know if it was the same one or a different one. Oh, I think we walked down and then came back across him again.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Another one where I think I threw the teleconverter in here.
Yeah.
560.
Yeah. I just don't think. I don't know.
What? You don't think what?
No, I like it. I'm saying like I don't know if I could have got the same shot.
Without that lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah. I think there was something to shooting that lens that day. Oh, I guess I did spend a little bit more time with him, just trying to take advantage of the front light.
I look so sleepy.
And then you were tired, yeah. And then the sun came up. I don't know if we have any videos. I feel like we did have one. Yeah, this here.
Oh, showing the guy there, yeah.
Yeah, so this like shows the habitat and like what we're shooting. There's Emily actually playing around with it, so that was kind of the location there. Yeah.
There's you. You want to show that one?
We'll get back to that weird moment. Oh, I guess that was
before we left.
That was before we left.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can throw that right in here now. We're talking in this one, so we'll let it go. All right, here we go. New dry suit. Testing. Make sure it works. I'm gonna slide in. It's when there was a little snow here. Oh, this water's cold. Damn. Here we go. It's time for puffing.
How's it feel?
Huh?
How's it feel?
Feels like a dry suit. It's freezing in here. I have no layers on underneath. Whew. I think I feel dry. I can't stay in here much longer though. It's cold.
Maybe because it snowed.
Yeah, because it's all icy out. Whew. Watch this part when you get out.
Look, it's like skin tight.
Yeah. Ooh, it's really waterproof. Look at that thing.
Nice.
Damn.
Hey, that's good.
Shrunk into me. So a little context on this one, guys. My previous dry suit, the last time I went out in this marsh right here to photograph some hooded mergansers, I came back and it was just drenched. So like I've had it for, gosh, I don't know, 2-3 years at least, maybe even more. And I think it finally just met its end. Mm-hmm. And it was a slow leak when we first got here to Hilton Head, and then it just kept becoming more and more. So it was finally time to buy a new one. So we tested it out in the pool first, just because it was an easy test, just to make sure everything was good with it.
Yeah.
And all is well. I've actually since been out in the marsh with it. It worked amazing, and so a good buy there. I think all of these
are different days.
Yeah, that's not that first morning. It looks like totally clear. Yeah, anyway, we'll let that play. Just showing off the habitat there. It looks like one of those clearer mornings. Oh, this was that evening.
Oh, the first evening?
Yeah. that you shot. Some nice cinematic footage there. Oh,
yeah.
I guess we should show the video. That was just us right there, so we'll play it again. There, you got to see our commentary on it.
There we go.
Here's the video.
Here's the video.
Sorry, I forgot to switch it. Yeah, anyway, just another one showing off the scenery there and what that beach looks like. So it's in northern Georgia. It's on the coast of northern Georgia there anyway. So back to the photos. This was that first morning still. Sun was getting a little bit brighter. Found a bald eagle, tried to do something silly with it. Shooting through those trees.
It looks I don't really like ridiculous.
It. Yeah. And then it's the same day, right? We went out for a ride?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice that either. Sandy was here or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know, I can't read it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we did a nice ride on that same beach with the bikes.
Carolyn, maybe.
Which was really good. Oh, I think we do have a video of that. Actually, there we go. Here's Emily cruising it. But you can see like how much you can just go right through these trees. There's so much cool depth and texture to it. It's just like a really fun place to be. So really just enjoy that.
The next morning you went out on your own because I haven't been sleeping well, so I decided to stay.
You just had a rough night of sleep.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you just weren't feeling it.
Yeah. So you went out on your own and killed it.
So
tell us about it.
The sky was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it just kept going. This is an interesting shot. So I decided to take the 28 to 400 with me on that morning, that second outing. So a little bit of a difference, right? From
Huge
like
difference.
The most expensive lens we have
to
the 28 to 400, which is a 14th of the cost, literally.
Yeah, literally.
And so I wanted to bring that because, you know, I realized some of the shots I got at 400 the day prior were really, really good. And I knew I might want some of that reach. And I could have done 100 to 400, but I knew there was potential for wider stuff too. And so 100 millimeter, and it's weird to say, but I was going out for wildlife photography, but 100 millimeter felt like it was going to be not wide enough. It was going to be too limiting on the short end for me. So I went with the 28 to 4, just cover
all
the
your
entire range
yeah.
in one lens. And I have to say, guys, yet again, this is another outing where I'm just blown away by that lens, number one, and just how versatile and how amazing it is to shoot the way I like to shoot. I know this is not a lens for a lot of people. I know the speed of it, the quality, the f8 being the minimum aperture is not good for a lot of people, but I also wanted to test while I was out there. So I first walked out, there was no birds, and we got our, you guys can see this now.
Yeah.
No birds at all, really early, still pretty dark, and so I wanted to test. You know, normally with the 2.8 lens, I could shoot this same setting at 2500 ISO and go, let's see, 6 to 12th of a second would be 5.6, then 25th of a second would be f4, then 50th of a second would be 2.8. So same ISO, if I was shooting the 400 2.8, this would be at 50th or 60th of a second to get the same exposure. That's a big difference between a 1/6 of a second.
Yeah.
So there's like with low light shooting, there's a massive difference between shooting a really fast lens and an f8 minimum aperture lens.
Right.
Huge difference. But I wanted to see what I could do with this, and I'll zoom in on it for you guys here and take a look at that. Like a 1/6 of a second handheld.
Yeah.
Now
really
I was
good.
only at 200 millimeter there. I wasn't all the way out at 4.
Right.
So bear that in mind. But honestly, I'm pretty sure I could do close to that at the full extension of that lens. It's so light and portable and easy to hold, and it just works really well.
Yes.
And I'm just blown away by the fact that I could shoot that low. So that was a good experiment just to see what I could do with it. Here's
Beautiful
some more
morning.
20th of a second. And so I'm out there and I started just shooting stuff like this because there was nothing, guys, nothing flying out there, nothing anywhere. I was like, well, I guess this morning is going to be just one of those fun, shoot some landscapes so I can come here and share with you guys what I saw. And so that's what I did. But then all of a sudden, this was all some stuff I shot with the phone, I started seeing some birds flying out there. Started out with some gulls, and then some pelicans showed up. And next thing you know, guys, it was like a pelican feeding frenzy and gulls and terns, all really far out. But again, sometimes I would get closer passes. And so watch the focal lengths here, Last one was 280, this one's 280. Apparently I like 280 for a while here.
Yeah, that's so strange.
Pretty bizarre.
Yeah.
I must have just been shooting like some stuff flying at the same
220 now.
220. And so this is another one, guys, a perfect example. The original on this one, like, is pretty grainy there. I think because I brought it up. I shot it underexposed to begin with.
Yeah.
Brought it up, I think, let's take a look here. Yeah, there it was to begin with. So by the time I brought it up there at 2500 ISO, it was pretty grainy. I ran the Lightroom denoise thing on it.
Okay.
The AI, I just hit the denoise button at a minimum thing. It's a silhouette.
Yeah.
I don't need a lot of detail there.
Yeah.
It's completely clean.
Nice.
So another sort of workaround on the f8 thing.
Sure.
I don't love to do that, and I think a silhouette is a perfect example of where you can get away with it.
Okay.
Because I don't have a lot of subject detail that I need to maintain, you know.
Right.
But why not, right?
Yeah.
And then look, here we go, 70 millim, right? So now I'm starting to play around. So now I'm getting a little bit below what that 100 to 400 would have given me. And so I started playing around with trying to include this one tree as the birds were flying by with the sky. They're 66 millimeter. Like, this shot is not happening.
Not the same at 100. Yeah,
not
you're
at
not
all.
having...
It doesn't sound like that much of a difference, but like to get the bird in there, I'm not seeing this cool swoop. I'm not getting it. Like, I would guess
you're not having enough space.
It'd be roughly around in here, you know, at 100 millimeter. So already I was thrilled. And already at this point in the morning, the settings are coming back down. I'm at ISO 800.
Yeah.
500th of a second's doing the trick.
Right.
There's 44 millimeter. Like,
yeah.
None of that. But here's the beauty, right?
Like, you could do that and then also...
And then a second later do that.
Yeah.
Like, just incredible.
Yeah.
It really is incredible. And guys, I mean, look at that. Like, I don't even know if it's rendered yet. There we go. Like, for a silhouette, how much sharper do I need? For something like this, it's like you see wingtips on the feathers on a bird that small.
Right. Yeah.
Again, I argue, yes, if I pit this on a portrait of a bird, 400 2.8 versus this at 400, there's going to be more detail in that. But how much more do you need for this kind of stuff? You know, I'm sold on this lens so much. You know,
it's a
I
great
really
lens.
am. So anyway, just amazing stuff. Pelicans diving. I haven't gotten a chance to go through and edit them yet, but I shot a ton of slow motion of them diving.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about that actually.
Oh, okay.
Totally forgot. I should have like put one together, but I haven't had a chance to look through them. Because I think I have them going right into the water with these guys in the background.
Yeah.
I shot slow motion videos of these guys with the same thing with the lens. It tracked wonderfully for video.
Oh, good.
I was thrilled with that. And yeah, here's like one of my favorites, just showing off the tree. And that. Honestly, I wanted to go a little bit wider to really, again, like I was talking about earlier,
kind of anchor the tree.
But then the birds were getting so tiny. I'm like, it wasn't it wasn't worth the difference at that point.
Right.
I was so fixated on this.
That swoopy cloud is very cool. The curve,
It was so cool, and I kept trying to wait for anything to fly by it, you know?
Yeah.
Then just shooting some diving shots out there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now this is one where like, this one only gets a 3. I'm keeping it just because it's fun, but that's
more
not
blurry.
Sharp enough.
Yeah. Sure.
Because this is so important about like that, and it's not the scale of it and all that. But then I got this next one that came in, and he's nice and sharp, you know? Again, this is another one, I think, leading that one maybe. I don't know which one I like better with the swoop. I guess, I think this one. You like that one?
Yeah, I like where he's positioned.
He's positioned nicely in there.
Yeah.
It was almost like a tornado coming down in there.
More color.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. And then some of them like this, I'm like, yeah, it's cool with the tree, but it doesn't fit.
Yeah, it just seems kind of like, what is this big branch in this scene? It's kind of like...
distracting in a way. Yeah. Yep. This is just a shot
I was going to say, where's the bird?
So it was a pretty scene. So I just shot some of it, Then that whole feeding frenzy stopped. Pelicans went away, and then I found some, I think these are boat-tailed grackles. They were common or boat-tailed, but they had a really big tail. I really like this one. Like, zeroed me right in with that bright spot on him. And so again, I was thrilled to be able to play with this zoom range for this kind of stuff. As I love this shot, but this is another one where I did blow focus. You know?
Oh, sure.
This I don't blame on the lens at all.
Yeah.
Actually, do you notice? Look at that little
it
purple
looks like
fringing.
Blue or
Yeah, I'll have to clean that up because he's out on the edge. So there's another negative on the lens like this. The higher quality glass won't do that.
Right.
You know, but again, it's an easy fix. You know, I won't blame the lens. I won't blame the lens on the focus on this one because I was down in this thing, holding it down in there with the flip screen, doing all kinds of weird stuff. So I could barely see what I was focused on. But then I did get this one sharp, which is kind of fun. Then this, I think, ring-billed gull ended up landing out here. It was either ring-billed or laughing, I forget.
Okay.
What did I put? Oh, laughing gull. He landed out there. I turn around, see a pileated woodpecker sticking out of a nest hole.
Yeah.
And then I'm bouncing back and forth.
One.
Thanks. Yeah,
like the foreground tree.
Yeah, there's something interesting. Like, I think when they're put in the right spot, even though they're dominating, they add to it.
Yeah, like this one I feel like really works with the...
But then there's some versions where they're in the wrong spot and it's distracting.
I think it has to just do with the whole placement of everything, all the elements of the photo.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was playing, like, what about that one? That foreground other branch? Does it add anything or does it detract?
I don't know. I feel like the other one works better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I shot it plain.
But then it's like, okay, it's just kind of plain.
Yeah, it's got lighting, but then I got this.
This one I like, a lot, just showing the stacking of those palm trees.
But I knew in the moment that it was still a little tiny on the bird.
Sure, especially if you're viewing it on like a platform like Instagram or something.
Only because the bird's not sticking out enough. If his head was sticking out, like full head out past the edge, I think it would have been fine. Mm-hmm. But I'll just skip ahead here just to compare. I did then come back later and shoot a vertical one that compressed it and made the bird a little bit bigger, but still showed at least 3 of those.
Yeah.
You know? And so that one I think kind of works better, but I don't know, I like the space and layout and clouds on that one. So
yeah, it's like I feel like some of the ones you just have to see on a larger screen to be able to appreciate it fully.
I think that's just part of it,
Yeah. It's kind of cool with both birds. Yep. Yeah. And all those textures.
All goofy sticking out. And then I started really playing around with shooting straight up the trunk. I had to like go far away, come back in behind the tree trunk on the opposite side, and then just creep in under. Because if I walked right in, she would just pull her head, he or she would just like go back in and retract and wouldn't be out. So I had to like sneak in underneath.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it noticed me down there because it was just like looking out ahead. Yeah. And I played with, I think that's maybe my favorite.
Okay.
Out of these, you know.
That's kind of fun too.
I played with a bunch trying to get, and then I don't know, like, you know, you can pick any rotation on these.
Right.
Like it doesn't.
It's not like.
Yeah, because I'm shooting up.
Yeah.
So I don't know what fits it best, you know. But that was fun, trying something different there. Flock of Ready Turnstones come in. And then got the Laughing Gull in there as well with the turnstones. And then I did another stitch on this one coming up, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe that was it. I already passed it.
Okay.
Yeah, so these 240 millimeter. Mm-hmm. And then that at 38 mil.
Yeah.
Same
so
scene.
Just shows...
Didn't really move much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just able to shoot something totally different.
Right.
And just have some fun with it. Tried including some of the trees, but I wasn't sure about them, so maybe just the beach. And you know, I just love experimenting with all this stuff. And there's something I like about all of them. Yeah. You know? But I'm never going to share all of them. Outside of this context. Yeah. So I love this platform to be able to do that. Yeah. To be able to show everybody all of these, you know. I like this one.
Yeah.
I tried to get a shot where the bird really did stand out more.
Yeah, he definitely
But it wasn't just like 400 millimeter zoomed in, like headshot. It is 400 millimeters. I know, because I backed up a bunch. But you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want it to just be like, here's the big, you know, bird's head in a hole on a palm tree. It just felt kind of boring, you know. So I just kept trying a bunch of different stuff.
I like that one a lot.
Cool. Nice. Back to the Grax. This one I like, but then there's one that one.
Yeah, where it's just because of that opening in the clouds.
And seeing the orange beneath, you know. And I did edit this one a bit, but I think, I mean, not that much. I just popped that top a little bit. Right. But it was, I remember moving in specifically to put them right there, you know. So it's actually not as pushed as I thought I did. Then I had a black belly that morning. Yeah. More turnstones that morning. Oh, I like that lineup. So just played around. Oh, thanks.
It's fun.
Yeah. Played around with that. That tree out there, I had one of those big, like, just light rays coming out back there. Played around with this.
Nice.
Just some scenic shots. Pelicans way off. Found another whole set of black-bellied plover. So shot them a bunch of different ways. I like that one with them jumping, kind of fun there. And Bonaparte's gull. Swimming around out there was fun. Yeah. All these turnstones come flying back in. It's hard to see out here because we're outside, but the textures in there, I was like, oh man. If you had a bird down here and you could sort of, again, back up and zoom in maybe a little bit more because this was only 155. Yeah. And get that texture back there just like a little bit more out of focus. Okay. I feel like there's so much potential with just all of that lined up, you know, way off in the distance. I think it's just such a cool looking thing. And then I was able to actually get some these ready turnstones shooting like this.
Oh yeah, I love those.
These guys got nailed.
Yeah.
Look at this. Watch this next one.
Boom.
Completely engulfed. This guy up top was
He's just like, all right, that's my
and
bath
then he was
for
like,
the day.
I'm out. Yeah, he was like done, going. I love this shot a lot.
Yeah.
And then one of them hung back, got nailed again.
Collabored.
Yep. Yeah, I think I removed a second bird out of this one. Sanderling was up there mixing it up with them.
Oh, so cute. Yeah, I love these.
Had a blast shooting these guys.
Yeah.
And then this is another example of where this lens is kind of blowing me away.
Yeah.
It's bright out, but it's not full direct sun.
Right.
The sun was pretty, like, behind a cloud and muted there. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, it's perfectly sharp.
Only 1/8 of a second.
Yeah.
At 400 millimeters, so full extension on that lens. And both of these, I mean, I would call those tack sharp.
Right.
And
yeah, totally.
Anybody that has ever seen a shorebird like this fly, they're freaking fast.
Yeah, yeah.
They weren't coming
small,
in full speed.
You know, they're not like big pelicans or something.
Yeah, incredible that it caught them and tracked them coming across like that. I love, like, this was so ethereal to me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, just no horizon.
Calm.
It almost just like, you know, sea to water blend.
Yeah.
You know? Just what an amazing morning. Like, just so much diversity and variety. Then I had pelicans diving right in front of me.
That one's so funny. He's so in there.
Like, that shape is so weird.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Coming out there. That one's really nice. I love the colors and tones.
Yeah.
You know? Just beautiful
grazing.
clouds, yeah. And then, grackle, and then I find the other pileated, not in the nest. Started working with him and was having a blast. Just a bunch of different compositions there. One more grackle, and then I love this one.
Yeah. Just like that dark blue.
And it just shows
gradient.
off those trees again.
Yeah.
You know? You getting a little cold out here?
I am cold.
It's so windy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that this was the morning we went. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Yep. And so we had, same thing, right? Pelicans off in the distance.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Feeding. So this was third morning out.
And so you took the 24 to 120.
I did.
What did I take? The 1 to 4?
28 to 4.
Oh, I took the 28 to 4. Okay.
Yep. And I also brought the mirror lens, the new 250
mirror
you did?
Lens.
Out
there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and got nothing with it, which was weird.
Yeah.
So this is another thing, trying to play with the trees, going through there. I did 24 to 120 because I knew I wanted to stay wider for some stuff, you know.
Right.
But it felt so limiting being at 120. There was a bunch of shots way out there that you shot.
Right, with the 400.
That I wasn't touching.
Right.
Because they were just too far out.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot with the splash.
Yeah.
He's framed in there nicely, shows well.
That one, I don't know. It's mine.
Oh, he's just like swimming in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool with the big old open thing there. Yeah.
It's kind of whatever. It's just so funny, I think, because I feel like you crushed it there. And it's not like, it's whatever. I'm just like, I don't feel like that excited about my photos from there.
From the entire trip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, interesting.
And you, like, crushed it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're very excited about all yours. Yeah.
I know. I had a blast with it.
Yeah. I had fun, but I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think it was?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's a nice one.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just scenic stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So just shot some of that.
That was our morning. We had a very, like, kind of dramatic skies, and then it just kept getting better.
Super
like,
dramatic.
The sunrise.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's
I played with the mirror lens just to conceptually see what it's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get a bird in with this.
Would be really cool.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Like, so otherworldly weird.
Yeah.
You know? I ended up shooting some waves.
That's cool, too. Yeah.
That way, and then I plunked that shell in. This is really fun to see, like, how much donut-tastic it can make.
Yeah, totally.
If you can get something in the right spot. But the shell back here, and it did this, like, weird ring. The sun's not even there.
It's just more bokeh from the clouds and light, I guess. It must be
idea.
Cloud bokeh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is you.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, 28 to 4.
Yeah.
So nice diving position there. I dig that. Just shooting some wide. There are some birds in there.
Yeah. Are there?
They don't count in this case. Yeah.
Oh, man. It's kind of
funny. Look who's up there.
The
peeking out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Woodpecker.
Yeah, I shot a couple more of him or her, whatever it was, on the nest.
But yeah, we had this beautiful, very dramatic sky, and I had posted one of these images and just said, like, I wouldn't have shot them if it was just a clear morning.
Yes.
Because, like, the drama just wouldn't be there.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, this with just a plain sky.
It just like doesn't do anything, right? But this, it's more about, I guess, the sky, and the subject is just like a bonus. The wildlife is just a bonus.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, and you were talking a little bit later when it got even more kind of epic than this.
Yeah, we'll see. Know? But even these, like shooting these.
Yeah. So this was with that mirror lens.
Right. Which
and so it just looks like a standard
really
shot, and it's just kind of soft because
you're shooting.
Nail it with manual focus. Yeah.
Manual focus versus.
And then here's cropped in. Oh no, this is you.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Excellent. I was gonna say, look how much sharper all of a sudden. Because I did this one with the 24 to 120.
Yeah.
And then cropped in a little bit. Yeah. Gotcha. But what a lineup on that bird there.
Yeah. That was cool.
I love that you can see this stuff down here. You know? Yeah. Very, very cool. I hope the wind isn't like picking up too much on the microphones.
Should we go inside?
Yeah, that sky was incredible. So, yeah, we shot this a bunch of different ways. More of that pileated up there. Some more cracks. Nice, Em.
Yeah, so I guess like really I was focusing on just the sky and the pelicans mostly that morning.
Yep.
I don't know. That's, I feel like.
Oh, I love that one.
What I shot the most.
I love that one. The two coming at each other like that.
Yeah, and like the orange and the blue and then just,
I don't know if it's because I was already looking at this shot, so my eye was up here already, but when I went to this shot, I actually like stayed with that bird first before this one.
Yeah, I could see that. Just like kind of also just viewing left to right, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one arguably stands out way more because it's in that bright orange. Spot. You know?
Yeah. I thought, I mean, if I could have my way, I could give a little more space on the right guy just to really balance it out. Because the guy on the right doesn't have as much space.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
But
again, look how sharp at 400 mil out there, 800th of a second. It's so funny. You and I do a lot of that. Like birds in flight at like 640, 800th of a second and stuff. And I feel like it just goes against the norm of birds in flight. Like normally birds in flight, it's like, 2,000, 3,200th of a second, like crazy high. And neither of us do that very often, you know? I mean, here you are nailing it at 500th of a second. Look at that.
Good enough.
Yeah, I mean, gosh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just like those clouds.
Underneath.
Really.
Yeah, really dramatic under there. And here's me shooting trees with birds stuck in them.
Okay.
Totally different.
Yeah, we did shoot really different. Yeah.
Oh, that one's really pretty. I like that one a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love that you can see the water in the bottom.
Wow, that's 3/20th of a second.
The colors. Yeah, look.
I mean, that's pretty damn good, I think.
I mean, yeah, it's...
I pat myself on the back for that one.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, it's so good. It really is. Look at that. Nice diver.
Yeah.
I love the stormy clouds at the top.
Yeah, it's just like all about...
I love that the foot's out.
Because you can't even see also. You can't see the
water?
Water, but...
Yeah, it's diving into oblivion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my favorites of yours.
Thank you.
Yeah. With the beam going right to him like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume you were just waiting. Like, did you see it coming?
Oh, I think we probably saw the bird coming.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when you were watching through the frame, you're, like, waiting for him to line up with the beam there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, we don't shoot that high of a burst rate. So you weren't, like, just blasting it across there, I'm sure. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Nice. And then that's another one from you? Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. The light rays were insane. So I think we have a couple of videos real quick.
Yeah.
Just showing that off.
So that was our last morning, and we actually had to cut it. We knew we could shoot, but we had to leave by 8:30 because we had to be back for a cake tasting for our wedding. So.
Oh, this was that morning.
That was the morning you were out by yourself. Yeah. So that was the previous morning.
Yeah. So both epic skies.
Really nice. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
then
just a video of
while we're doing the videos here, this is this is what we ended the pileated woodpeckers with that last morning.
Right.
There were two of them at this point. I don't know where the second. Oh, over here is the second one there.
Yeah, and I included one of my shots, but like I don't know. I just couldn't really get.
Again.
Even though I was shooting with this 28 to 400 and had all endless possibilities, I was just like, oh, there's Ray.
Nice.
Just to show.
That's cool with the rays back there.
Yeah, that's why I took it.
Ray and rays.
Ray and the rays.
Nice. There's one I shot just of the scene.
Yeah, it was so pretty.
It was so damn good.
So good.
That was me.
That's you.
Okay, yeah. I like it a lot, but man, would I have loved like a wing up or more of a profile.
Yeah.
Like he's just so narrow, but he's in the right spot, you know, for it to really show. There's you again. Nice.
Yeah.
No bird, I think, just scenic.
Sky.
Yeah. I love the rim light on this turn.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was just glowing so nicely there. I cropped that one. That was like, that's a crazy heavy crop for me. Yeah, watch.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's a big crop on an image for me.
Yeah.
but still plenty of resolution there.
Yeah.
This one I wanted to there's like a bunch of birds up in there, you know, but none of them stand out enough. It's just more the scenic again, you know. Yeah, it was challenging. Just another scenic shot. This one is cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Nice.
Thanks.
It's super clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's still those clouds and the rays in there.
You can still see the beams coming through. Yeah. It's fascinating. Yeah. That's probably one of my favorites of the pelican that I got with the light rays.
Yeah.
You know, just putting them in just the right spot there. Ooh, that one's sweet.
Thank you.
Nice. What a difference.
Yeah.
I was basically maxed out on my zoom
110. Yeah.
At 110, and like that was
400.
Yeah.
I think I cropped that one quite a bit.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice.
Yeah. I guess I did get some that I like.
Yeah. I was just gonna say this one's amazing. I like this one better than the vertical.
Okay.
I think it just shows more of the rays of light and stuff, and I like. Does this one? Yeah, I like the ocean context.
Right. Okay.
Just minimally down there, but kind of anchoring the scene, you know. And he's in such a great spot there.
Yeah, he's in a good spot there.
Great position, profile.
Yeah. I could probably heel out that other bird over there.
Yeah, that one. And yeah.
If you see like all the birds, I'm just like, eh.
I also really like what the light kind of does here, the light clouds. It's like this line drop, drop, and it just brings you right in, you know?
Yeah.
Damn. What a morning we had.
Yeah,
that was so epic. And then, I left this one in there because you could almost not see the birds.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even see the birds.
Isn't that crazy? So there's one.
Yeah, see, I think that's
and there's
why
the other.
I struggled with this because I was like, I did shoot some like, different focal lengths and stuff. And I was just like, I'm not really getting, after taking the photos and going through them, I'm like, I'm not really getting the sense of the birds even practically being there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, meh.
I kept this one because at first I was like, where are the damn things? I can't believe a bird that big.
Yeah, they're big.
And that bright.
Yeah.
It just
with
blends
the
into
heads.
the tree there.
Yeah, totally.
But then as soon as you profile him, he's good to go, you know? And so, here's a few I shot that I was happy with.
Yeah.
Just playing around with the tree and stuff there.
Yeah.
So, and it's so funny.
What's that?
I had a period of time where I'm like, just shooting anything with like blue sky and stuff in it, I would be so bored of.
Yeah.
But I'm loving these, and I love the little bit of
I think it depends on the character of the perch, and also like there are clouds. It's not just a plain blue sky.
That's totally what it is. It's the clouds do help, but I still would be okay with a plain blue sky here. It's the tree.
Yeah,
the tree totally makes it. So I guess there is something like this here too.
Yeah.
Like it's all about the tree.
It's like a really fun shape.
Yeah. It really is. That one I liked a lot.
Yeah.
I thought he stood out quite nicely there. I had a few, this one too.
Yeah.
I had a few where I went even wider, and then it was like, you had to search too long to get to the bird.
Right.
Because there was just too much tree.
Yeah, because the trees have interesting shapes and stuff, so it's like...
a lot going on.
Oh, yeah. For the eyes, you know?
And so I had to play around with that. This one I liked, but I felt like the bird didn't stand out enough, even though it's fun. There's two of them in there. You get that one and that one. I got both of them kind of out. But this one, I guess the second one was there too, but he's just not showing that well, you know? And then I think that was, there you go.
Yeah,
that's fun.
I mean, it's bad. It's not good at all.
What do you mean? He's framed in the side of the tree.
I don't know. I just,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was kind of cool. That's the first time I've seen it. Yeah. And you're just like trashing it. I mean, I did the same thing here and I like it. He's like framed in the tree and then you're like.
I also like totally like changed the, I just like rotated it like crazy just for a different perspective.
Did you? What was the original?
I don't know. You could do it if you want.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm just like,
originally it was like up like that. Okay.
Yeah, and I cropped it and changed it. I was like, I got to do something to this thing. And
see, I almost feel like, I almost feel like let's just keep doing that. There is something to this.
I know, but.
He's not full profiled in there.
Yeah.
He needs to have like.
That's the problem. Yeah. I think I didn't really get good shapes on them. Yeah. And then that's why I didn't.
Gotcha.
Like
because this, if he was fully profiled in that opening, I think would be pretty badass.
Yeah, like the shape of the tree is good. And
exactly. Yeah, like you compose it really well.
Like you just don't see him enough.
Yeah.
So I'm just I just didn't. Yeah. I guess that's what it was.
I get it.
Oh, there we go. That was it.
That was it. Yeah, we kind of blasted through the end there. So there's just a handful of our favorites, but we're planning on going back again in April.
We should book our campsite.
Yeah, we got to because we know it's going to sell out pretty quickly there. But awesome trip, amazing time, and I feel like I'll speak for myself. I feel like I got a ton of great photos in just 3 outings, you know?
I feel like I got some great pelican photos.
Yes.
Flying by in some cool light.
Yes, yeah. But you loved being there anyway.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a great place. I always like it.
Yeah. So guys, coming up, we're not sure, we might have a skipped week. We're really unsure.
We're going on a cruise. In 2 days.
Yep. And so we don't know. We have a couple of things we shot here. We just don't know if we have time in our schedule to record another one before we leave. So there may be a little bit of a gap. If we do, it's going to be a short episode. We'll get out some stuff that we just shot, yesterday and this morning.
Yeah.
And then if not, then we'll
be
catch
back
up with
in
you
Florida
after the cruise when we're in Florida. And I don't know if we're going to have anything from the cruise either.
Yeah, we might. We're going to bring the 28-4.
Hell yeah.
And one of our new swirly bokeh lenses.
Yeah, and I'll probably bring a 1-4.
1-4.
As well, just in case we do encounter some birds. But it's a family trip.
Yeah.
Emily's mom is turning 60, so we're going to celebrate that, which is going to be really fun.
Yep.
And so we're doing a week-long, we say Caribbean?
Yes.
Yeah. And so, that could be really fun. If we have some stuff, we'll share it, of course. And if not, we'll just catch up with you when we get some more photography in from down in Florida. So thanks so much, everybody, for watching.
Thank you.
Let us know which ones of those that we asked about that you like more. And especially about the sharpness on that one. I'd love to hear back. And thanks so much for the feedback. We've been getting really good feedback on people enjoying this series. And so we're very grateful to hear that and hope you keep watching.
Thank you.